this poor lady said that her husband recently left her for a 29-year-old woman. And because I talked about her a little bit, and I did that joke and said it's not me. And I never understand that concept. There's no way I would ever do that. A younger woman, look, I'll tell you right now, my wife is just now at the back end of menopause. You think I want to go through that again with someone else? Not a chance in hell. No way. I am done tiptoeing around the house. It's all over. My thermostat is not set at Arctic blast every night. Come on. I finally got back a third of the bed that I had in the beginning.
Yeah.
No way I want a younger woman. Hey, that's all there is to it. Oh, thank you for the applause on that one.
All right, so there you go. Let's play the opening of the show. What do you say? I can't, if I can get to it. Oh no, it's terrible. The production is falling apart.
1,000 Questions is an entertaining discussion of marriage.
Hey, movie news. Vince Vaughn has
or change anything about your life. Really, just listen and enjoy. And if you need real help, find a professional for your specific problem. We don't know you. How could we speak to your deal? Okay, have fun.
So much technical crap to get through right there. I screwed up half the time. And if it wasn't for the cursor, I'd be fine. If I had buttons or stuff like that, but I've got to drag this cursor all over two different screens, and it makes it difficult. So, Joe, what do you think about leaving the wife for somebody young?
Younger?
Yeah, sure.
Now, it's a weird thing, Brad. Number one, first of all, there's an awful delay, reverb thing going on today, and I have no idea why. And maybe, because when you were playing that video of you with the monologue, I didn't hear anything but some really weird laughter, which is odd because
Donna,
I've seen you before.
Donna, how was your hearing of it?
Hey, I'm getting the same reverb, but I did like that.
Getting a lot of reverb there, Brad. You might want
to put headphones
turn
on.
your radio down. Turn your radio down, Brad. Turn your radio. Yes.
It'll be the headphones.
Okay. So me leaving my wife for a younger woman? No. I have always liked older women, although it's getting harder and harder to find them now as we age. But I've always liked older women. I think older women are incredibly sexy, comparatively speaking. They're more mature. They're more classy. The whole deal. Every stereotype you can throw, I'll throw it out there. But I honestly believe that. So, no, I would never leave my wife for a younger woman. No, not unless she was rich.
Yeah, rich. That helps. Is the reverb better? Is the
Always.
sound better?
No.
The sound is not better.
Oh, crap.
No.
Well, let's pull that back a bit.
Now tell me what you got.
A little bit. You're still weird.
What's weird? What is going on today?
It's almost like you're not speaking into the microphone. It's almost like you're speaking into the speakers on your computer. I mean, the microphone or computer.
Well, let me see if I'm on the right. Maybe I'm on the wrong mic and I don't know it. This is, I'm on the wrong dang mic. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I can because we've been listening to it for the past 5 minutes or so.
I'm on the webcam mic.
Yep.
And here's what's funny is I can't find my mic on here. My mic is
not. We can hear you, but just badly.
No, but my 100 and.
If you lean into that mic, like the webcam mic, like you're doing, get real close to it.
This mic is
perfect.
Where I am.
Sounds great. Really good.
But that
excellent
sucks.
job. Yeah.
That sucks. Why is my mic not plugged in?
Is it not plugged in?
Right
yeah. This is professional stuff. This is the kind of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is professional comedy. This is how it's supposed to go. We're hoping.
This is real life right now.
Yeah. By the way, Donna, you look great today. I just want to let you know that you look fantastic.
I actually got a haircut, and now it's fluffy.
It's good. It's a good look. You look fantastic. How's your health? How was your
test 1 2 test?
Oh,
3,
for God's
4.
sakes, we're doing a sound check
Is
while we're
that
talking
worse?
here.
Worse
This
or
is
better?
so.
Worse or better?
Oh
Test
my
1 2.
God, I feel like I'm in high school in
Is that
audio
worse
production.
Or better? Test 1 2.
I think it sounds all right.
Yeah.
Oh, now I hear my ankle now.
You turned your ankle? Oh,
I hear me as an echo.
Nope, you're echoing. Everybody's echoing, Brad.
Everybody's echoing.
Oh my God, I hate this show today, and I hate everything about it. Well, why the heck is my mic not hooked up? That's my question.
We have questions too. For instance, why didn't you do this beforehand?
and I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, obviously you don't get it.
Well, and because I'm not with a younger woman. See, that's
the whole. If there was a younger woman there to help you figure this out, Brad,
involved, I'd be getting it. That'd be
yes,
you would.
They would know how to do this.
They know how to. Actually, truth be known, my 22-year-old daughter is just so quick with any type of thing that I have. If I have any delay using a remote control or a game controller or anything on my computer, she just looks at me and just goes, "Dad, give it to me." And then boom, I fix, and then she fixes it in 2 seconds.
Well, I'm just going to say screw it and use this sound check. Oh yeah, we got 5 people in the comments. Sound check. Okay.
Sound check.
So
and we still, Donna and I still have this horrible reverb.
Well, does anybody listening? Do you have a horrible reverb? Because if you can hear me okay, then they're screwed. We can just go with that.
Well, you sound great, but we do not.
Not. What
there
about me? Okay, so I want to talk about. So Donna, what do you think about all these people that come into your practice that want younger women?
I would think that's a red flag because, like, why? Why would they want it?
Well, I mean, I can tell you, obviously, just for a very shallow male, that's like, this body is a younger body that I'm going to be slapping myself on. I mean, that's the basis of the shallowness of it.
Yep. And I would say if someone came in talking like that would be a red flag that they're really shallow.
I cannot understand you, Donna, because the reverb now is so deep that it sounds like we're in a cavern somewhere.
Okay, I've just added echo cancellation.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Echo cancellation. Is that better?
I think so.
You did it, Brad. You did it. 10 minutes into the show. We're ready to go. Let's start over.
Let's start. All right, let me get that video out again.
Not like ruin the whole thing if you do.
Okay, back to Donna. So Donna, so you don't get the point of, okay, we know a couple here that's not a couple anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The woman is lovely. They're in their late 40s. He shows up one day. He thinks he can get all the sex he wants on Tinder. He can get younger women. He wants to get out there and get sex. And she's like, well, we have sex. She goes, yeah, but I want to mix it up and I'm bored. And if you want to do these things with me. And she's like, no, I'm not. That's not a marriage. That's not we're one as a couple.
We don't.
It's not a hobby. So he creeped out, and now he's out there on the Tinder, and he's out there on the trying to find, and it's not necessarily because of how she looks or anything like that, but because he wants a little wild times, which also disgusts me in every way, because I'm more, as we had the one girl say, demisexual. I like to care about somebody that I'm having sex with. Does that make sense? Joe's looking around like he's looking for someone to care to have sex with.
No, I think, I mean, at my age, I guess there are some guys who think, man, hey, man, I'm ready to trade in for a newer model, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I can only disappoint so many women at once.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just stick with the one who knows that. I got one who knows what I'm all about, and there's no hassle there. The last thing I needed was another woman to be like, really, that's all you got? So no, one's enough.
Well, and let me say this in a more serious note. My wife and I, we know each other so well. I'm not going to learn. I didn't like in the old days before I was dating other people, learning about them, learning about their bodies, my body, what are you going to do? How are you going to do? I like how we've grown together, even in intimate setting.
The audio's off again. We can't understand you. You're stuttering now.
No, that was me just stuttering.
Oh, okay,
actually.
got it.
But I'm just saying that we can have such good discussions about how things are better, and we're having the best time I think we've ever had as we change.
Yeah.
And I just, I don't know. And people, young people are attractive. Sure. Young people are attractive, but if that's where you are in your life, or that's your only draw, then why would that person want you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You know, if you see like a younger person that's got, you think, oh, what a hot body. And you're like, oh, I'd love to touch that. Well, just think of what it would be like for them trying to touch you. You know, nobody needs that.
What are they giving up?
Right.
The Andy Cole Smiths of the world and the 98-year-old man. So Donna,
that was quite a reference there. Yes.
Yeah. Now, boy, that's an old one, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I don't even know who that is anymore.
Now, on the other side, Donna, has any women ever been getting a younger guy? Do they ever care about that? That just doesn't seem like much of a thing.
There are plenty. So I have had
more. I
have had clients who one or the other wanted to explore with other people. I've had them on both. The husband or the wife wanted to have other folks in the relationship or lovers or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the other partner did not. They were not okay with that. And so it caused problems. In one relationship, there was a addiction issue, a sex addiction. So the person's like, no, I must have other people. And then that didn't go so well. And then in the other relationship, they realized that they were... It's what you get from that. It was just an ego boost. It's just an ego boost, not like a real quality relationship. So, and that younger male was just, flattering, made them feel like,
yeah,
cougars.
Mm-hmm. I like that there's a term for a woman who likes a younger man, but there's really not a time. What is that? Sugar daddy for an older man? What was it?
Or cradle robber or something.
Cradle robber. Yeah.
I think one thing
it doesn't sound as violent.
Yeah, senator. Yeah, there's all sorts of names.
Senator, yes, congressman.
Yes, congressman.
Matt Gaetz. Anyway, but so Venmo, call it Venmo. Hey, my Venmo's right there. If anybody wants to send me money for, so
because they want to be a cougar, they want to be your cougar.
Well, and I'm saying that I would say then that, but the young people that are going with these people for the sex, I think they're of the same ilk, the men or the women who just, I don't care if you're a crabby, flabby old person, as long as you got a couple bucks and let's do it.
Well, let's talk about that, because if the bucks, I don't think is the part of it, is it? I mean, what if it's just about?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is, but that's a problem though, right, Donna? That's a problem if it's just about for money. I mean, it should be for love, and even if you're older and younger, there can be a big age discrepancy, and you can still be in love, correct?
Yeah, and I've seen that too. I've seen some very healthy, happy relationships with a really big age discrepancy. Mm-hmm. And you know what?
I'm not poo-pooing that being possible.
The mind does not age. The mind does not age. You learn stuff along the way. But, let's say if I'm with someone who I'm 55 and they want to feel like they're 90, okay? My mind likes to be youthful and be silly, funny, do youthful things. And if I'm with somebody who's like their mind, they want to be old and not do anything, then that's going to be incompatible no matter how old we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not necessarily always about the age.
Yeah. I've always said that, you feel like no matter how old you are. And what happens is that's why you get a lot of creeps out there, like men in their 50s. They still think they're 25.
Yeah.
So they're hitting on these young girls, and these girls are like so creeped out because they're looking at stinking crypt keeper standing there looking at them all sexual. And they're like, are you kidding me? You're 150 freaking years old. And that's the part. Those guys, I understand you feel that way, but you need to understand you're not that anymore. You know what I mean? You understand?
Hey, but if that's what you want as a guy, if you want a younger woman and you keep hitting on younger women until you get a younger woman, what does it matter what the rest of them think about you?
How about all the young women that don't want you hitting on them like a creep?
I don't know.
There are plenty of young women who like older men.
That's right. There are plenty. But a lot of these men.
And how can I get their numbers?
And they'll just be great. Yeah. Yeah. Who are they, Donna?
Who are these women?
Who are these women? Give us some.
Yeah, right. Give us the list.
This show
I need names and numbers.
I've got men out there that'll give us a good, pretty penny to find out who these girls are. But I'm saying though that
all of
that it's in your search for a young woman. Don't leave a wake of mentally attacked and abused women that you have given post-traumatic stress to because of what a creep you've been to them until you finally got the word that it's not right.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well,
That goes for any age guy. Any age guy.
What age guy? What?
Any age guy. Like whatever age they are, that same principle applies.
Exactly, Donna. All of a sudden, I'm wondering about that. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're the same age, you can still be the creep toward women until you get the right one.
Be respectful. That's right. Be respectful no matter what.
Yeah, true. I agree.
So
women are getting a little more outspoken about violating their boundaries.
Yes,
they need to be totally outspoken. Yeah, they need to be totally outspoken in the same way that when you see, like, we need minorities to be totally outspoken about some idiot coming up and being a racist in their face, that this is not right. No one's going to be quiet about it anymore. And we're going to have 50 people outside your house calling you the racist.
It is becoming more prevalent now, and that's good. I'm glad. Speak up, ladies.
Yeah, speak up, because
I am woman. Hear me roar.
And Joe, you speak up because all the women screaming outside your house, we can hear it
every day. Every day.
It's crazy. Okay, so now that leads us to the question from last week. Who remembers?
What was it?
I don't remember.
How do you get more second letter of the alphabet J's from your wife?
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah.
Oral.
Yeah. What it is.
How do you get more oral stimulation?
Fellatio
is a fun word.
Fellatio.
Oh, there's many words for it. Shall we start?
Oh, fellatio, wherefore out thou fellatio. Yes, by the colors of the moon.
I've got an answer to this one.
Yes.
I would suggest start by asking for it. There's a lot of people who just expect things, especially
what would that sound like?
Hey, what are you doing? Start with that. You know, you busy? Yeah. Plan on. You're
so sly.
Yeah.
There's a better way, and that is a lot of looking down.
Yeah.
Going,
huh? How about this one? This is always a good one. Look,
we have 5 minutes. Let's go.
The point is, if you again, these are the same things like we just talked about. If you want, you got to ask for it. See, there's sometimes there comes a time in a relationship. Listen, when things start to be not quite as crazy as they were. All right. So it's like every once in a while, it's like you got to let I tell my wife.
Hear what that sounds like because I have
yet. Yeah, Joe, get us. Okay, Joe. Right now, let's pretend Donna
sounds like.
Donna's your wife. Donna's your
wife. Here we go.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I haven't had in a long time? We'll start with that, like that one. That's always a good one. That's always a good way to start.
Hey, I've forgotten what something's like. Could you help me?
Yeah.
So I think you guys don't know how to ask for it.
You know what? My back has really been hurting lately. I just can't get it to bend right. What are you doing?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
How about this trading stuff? Hey, honey, I got that thing you like. I got one of those. How would you like to get it? How would you like to have this?
Yes.
Huh?
How about?
And then,
that's a good way to never.
These are good. These are good. How about? Hey, honey, remember that time we almost got caught in the boss's office? There's another good one. That's a good one. So yeah, there's lots of ways that you can kind of signal, yeah. Or here's another one. Are you ever going to do it again or what? That's another. That's another. But at least you're signaling that what you're in for. Here's another one.
Did you know there's a people's court with Judge Wapner and the guy is like, "Where's my PJ?"
Oh, really? In the court.
He was in people's court and complaining about that. And I think the judge goes, "Yeah. Where are his PJs?"
Well, I didn't know this was. I didn't know I could lawyer up in this issue. Hold on a second. I'm Googling that right now.
I actually forgot the end of it, but I know I saw it, and my husband talks about it all the time because it's ridiculous.
Hey, here's something that works. Waiter, she'll have 2 margaritas.
That's another good one. That's a really good one. Yeah. So.
Guys, you guys are terrible. Someone goes, "Is it Christmas yet?"
It's Christmas. I love that. Whoever said that in the comments is a winner.
Hey, my birthday's coming up.
My birthday's coming up. Can I get an advance?
Yeah,
All right, let me tell you guys how to actually.
Okay.
Oh God, please do.
None of those is going to
Please
get
do.
you action. None.
None.
Of those is going to work. No. I think hopefully you married women who are a little more clever and can see what you're doing. It's not gonna fly.
Well,
this is how you do it. You have you're having dinner or you're having like a nice time talking to each other, and you're just talking about things that you enjoy. Just things that
like BJ's.
Like
BJ's.
And then if she feels like giving you a gift that you may enjoy, she will do so. And if not, she won't.
Here's one thing you don't do.
That's how it works.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, don't do that.
I'm holding her head.
Don't do that.
Come on. Yeah,
and here's another thing.
Shove a cat.
Yeah.
As soon as you do that, there's resistance and everything's over.
Right. What you need to do also is when you do receive one, a nice thank you note is always a good idea. You know, something.
That's an idea.
Something along that.
And you know what? You know what I do is I leave a spittoon next to the bed.
Oh, for God's sake!
For yourself?
Yeah, it's just
letting her know that she has an option. That it's
oh, good Lord. Yeah.
Donna takes a drink. Everybody, Donna takes a drink.
Yeah. So, nice.
So I think as far as well, my question is your wife, if they don't, they're going to be terrible at it if they don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It's almost, you know, there's a time when you're like, yeah, let's move on to something else because you don't care about what you're doing.
Well, and there's technique involved and you have to perfect the technique. And that takes practice. You know, it always does. Practice makes perfect.
Hey, you're putting dirty words in the thing.
We know that's what you want. Okay. We know that you like that. Right. And if I think of it as if you've just been so lovable and not an a-hole and like things are going well, then it may go in that direction because, you know, we know you like it.
I don't know if my wife does know I like it. I think I'm going to text her.
Text her right now. Text her right now.
Right now, because I'm glad we had this conversation.
Dear, I like it, honey.
I
I
just want to make sure you know.
Yes, dear. Do you know what I really like?
BJ.
But let me say this. So I don't. I do. It's fine, but I'm not always looking. You know what I mean? There's other things that are great.
Oh, BS on the BJs there, Brad. Of course it is. Every guy, like Donna just said, she knows you want it. I mean, every guy wants it. You know, no guy's ever turned one down and been like, no, I've had enough.
No. There is a point when you've had enough. I guarantee there's a point you're like, okay.
Well, okay. Yeah. But I mean, okay, I'm talking about frequency. You know, it's not like you're going to turn it down unless you're in church.
I have to disagree at the point where if we're doing other things.
What, like hang gliding?
No. In the same vein, using that part of the body somewhere else or somehow else.
Oh, I got it.
I can live without, you know, but then every once in a while, you move that kind of.
You only have one penis. I got you.
So
everyone can live without.
Yeah.
So here's what this leads me to: is this person saying that's all there is? Why isn't she just doing that, getting nothing else? She does that. He's done. They move on with their lives. I would say you don't get more of those because you don't deserve that, really. You know what I mean?
Or she doesn't want to.
Yeah. Well, and again, why is it all so selfish about you? Why isn't she just doing this to me when I want it every once in a while?
Well, that might be part of the problem. Yeah. That might be part of the problem.
Can this question be switched for gender?
Exactly. And that's a good way to get more of those is to provide more of the other.
Yeah.
That's right. I agree.
You want more F? Try some more C.
And I'm up for the other and not to do anything else, by the way.
Gotcha.
So you're okay with just the C and no F?
I am. I am.
I am too. It's like some guys. Yeah. It's like, yeah, as long as it's followed by something else, you know.
Oh God, that's fine. And that is dinner. Okay.
You know, or vacuuming. But what were you going to say? Go ahead.
Okay. So here we go.
Did I go too far?
Next up hey, this is a great one and great handwriting. Are traditional gender roles in a marriage a thing of the past? Yes.
God, I hope so.
God, I hope so.
Actually, traditional gender roles in general are a thing of the past.
Yeah, I think we're moving away from gender.
We're moving away from that. So get over it. Everybody in the world. Look, and who you marry. There's going to be times now, especially you marry one person and then you marry, if that doesn't work out, you marry somebody of a different gender because that's who you fall in love with. Or you marry, and people change genders as they're in a relationship sometimes too.
Sometimes.
That's great. I mean, so we really, if we could just get our mindset out of this totally boxed in area, we would understand that people will be so much happier when they can open up to love from anybody that loves.
I agree with you on that one, Brad. And I think having 350 something people here talking about it is odd because we're kind of in agreement that gender roles, labels are almost a thing of the past. I mean, we all have kids now who are from a different generation who see gender as being completely fluid for the most part.
That's right.
So I think the older people are, the harder it is for them to actually see that, you know, because everybody's just stuck in their ways. A man's a man, a woman's a woman. That's what it should be, blah, blah, blah. But it's not like that anymore. And hey, I say, embrace it. Go ahead, go crazy, try new things, you know?
I love the idea of just being people, just humans.
Yeah. Anybody who's human, you're great. And now we just heard a story about this. And for all of you out there that are still scared in this, understand that everything is possible from gender. We just listened to a story about a woman who had a baby and they did a genetic test to get a new kidney. She needed a new kidney.
Right.
So they tested the kids and the husband. Well, the kids were not her kids. She pushed them out of her body. The dad was her dad. The kids were not her kids because in the womb, there were 2 eggs, both fertilized, her and her sister. At one point, right in the beginning, those eggs pushed together and half of her DNA, she had the DNA of both her and her twin in her body. This happens quite a bit. And it can be boy, girl. It can be either. You can have both. And so her DNA, half of it in her bones, in her womb, was all the sister. Her blood and stuff like that, that was her DNA. She had 2 different DNAs. That can happen with anybody. So what are these people who are so stead in all this gender? What are you saying when you've got 2 eggs and one's a boy and they come together and you have a person who outwardly you say looks like a female, outwardly all this stuff, but they have that twin inside them that they're put together and they feel like the other gender. You can't say they're not because they literally have the DNA of it. And that's just one of the billions of different combinations where people are deciding what gender they are and are what gender they are. So, yeah. So, okay. Sorry to go on.
What was the question again?
What was the question again? Are we? The answer was yes. Our traditional gender roles in marriage.
Okay. Yeah. And I think we covered it.
Marry anybody who wants to get married. Give them a stinking cake. Let them in your church. And stop it. I think that's as long as they're wearing a mask, what the hell do you care?
How do you know who they are if they're wearing a mask?
You know what? I think that really neutralized everybody.
Yeah, completely. That brought everybody way down. Yeah. Your passion for science is really
that too much neutralized. Yeah. You got neutralized by my passion for science.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah.
I just love the science of it. And I love the science of difference and science that everything. There's so many things.
Vive la différence.
There's so many things besides just you're a boy and I'm a girl. That's just not the truth anymore.
It is. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Hey, this is a lot of stuff in the same. And then we have a little thing to do, and then we have to leave early. Okay. Does sexual desire come in waves or just die?
Oh my God.
Wow, that's an interesting way of phrasing it.
That's
And it's so hard to read. This one is so hard
That's
to read.
really a bizarre way of phrasing it.
I
Yes.
feel bad for whoever thinks it just dies.
Yeah.
Come in waves. Well, and is it not just always there? Only two choices.
Well,
it comes in waves or it dies.
I think it depends on the person, you know. It depends on if it's a male or female. If it's a male, it never stops and it never goes in waves. It's always there 100%. Like we said, up to 10 all the time.
True. That is not
Disagree.
true.
Oh, hell yeah, that's true. Brad,
It's not true.
Brad, back me up.
I wave all the time. I'm always in waves.
Are you waving?
Now, maybe when I was 22, I was less wavy.
You know, that's true. That's true.
But now, no, I can give or take what, you know, yeah. Someday, you know, you go 3-4 weeks, I'm like, I'm starting to have dreams, sexual dreams. I've started, and then
Yeah.
you're right. But most of the time I can give or take, yes, no.
How we're old, because that's not kind of how it's always. It's yeah. I think about it all. I used to constantly think about it. When you were younger, seriously, as males, that's all they think about. I've told that to both my kids when they were growing up. That's all guys think about your age is they want to have sex. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. And women kind of up and down. Sometimes do, sometimes don't. Whatever. Does it die? I don't know. Does it ever die? Do people just at some point go,
No.
I don't ever want to
I
have
don't
sex.
think it dies.
Desire for pleasure is like any other desire for pleasure.
Yeah.
Same like hungry, sleep, like whatever pleasure activity. Desire is related to your mental health. Like if you're depressed,
Yeah.
you will not desire.
That's true.
If you're overly stressed out or overwhelmed, that you're too tired, you will not desire. You might lose your appetite. You might lose your desire to hang out with friends. You might lose your desire to be intimate. When you're healthy and taking care of yourself and managing your stress, your appetite is normal. Your sexual desire is normal. Your desire to have fun is normal. They're all the same. So you can use it as a gauge to kind of like, how am I doing? How am I taking care of myself? If my desires are still like part of my life.
Wait a minute, Joe. I want to amend what I said, by the way, about desire. Joe, you're right in a way. There is a level of desire there still always.
Yeah.
And I always said this, that Joe, you and I, every woman we see, and Donna, I know you don't agree with this. Every woman most men see, they gauge about having sex with them. They think about it for a second. It may not be a big deal, but they think about sex with that person. Women, no, I don't think that happens with literally, but is the real desire to have sex? Is there a draw? Am I going to do something about it? No, but for some reason, every time I see most women, something goes through my mind about sex. And it's gone.
Every time I see food porn, something goes through my mind about wanting to eat it.
That's right. But every time.
No.
No,
Do I hurt them?
No, that's not the question. The question is
not. That's the point.
That's
Right?
the point. That's the point. We're not
Just like the other desires.
Yeah, but we're not talking about acting on it. You know, you can't always act on it because, you know, I mean, some people have the desire for world domination. That's a bad desire. Does it ever go away? Maybe. I don't know.
I've just begun.
Yeah, some people have evil desires, bad desires. You know what I mean? So people want to do harm. Some people are like that. Exactly.
I want $1 billion.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just, does it come in waves?
To die. It doesn't have to die according to that question. Does it whatever or like it doesn't have to die. And if you take care of yourself and take care of yourself emotionally, it won't die. And neither will all the other desires for enjoyable activities. They will
and
not.
There's things you can do to enhance possibility, even in your late 80s, to make that desire something that can still be acted upon. There are things medically that you can do.
If I had no teeth, I would still find a way to enjoy food.
And if she had no teeth, her husband would enjoy more.
Okay. Oh boy.
All right, everybody. Where are we going? I'm sorry. I could.
Why
Come on.
did I
Well,
not realize
Well,
that?
there we go. My desire just died right there.
Now you know when desire dies, right there. I killed it.
Can you kill desire? Yes, you can kill it.
Yeah, you can kill it.
You'd be
Yes,
all
it
over
does
you.
die. It does die.
It will
When
die.
somebody
You'd be all
kills
over
it.
you like a cheap suit if you lost those teeth. So, be grateful for here. Here you go. Here, be grateful. Here you go. Be grateful for mental health. BJ's, yay.
Yeah.
So I think Caroline, and there's her picture, so her husband can go find her. Right. So, all right. So now that's wonderful. I'm going to skip the last one and go to something that we made. It's from The Gentleman's Journal is what this is from.
Never
And
read
it is
that.
how to get out of her bad books, meaning when you're in trouble with your
How to
significant
get out of
other,
the doghouse?
how to get out. But there's something weird about this. Let's go down. I'm going to skip all this.
Bad books. Like,
So the first thing you do to get out of the bad books is get on the same page. First things first, you must accept that you're wrong. Okay, whether or not you truly believe yourself to be wrong or not. She sees you as the villain, and that's what you are. What the? It was a genuine innocent mistake when you called her by her best friend's name, blah, blah, blah. So I already have a little problem with this. You're treating her like she's 7. Okay, you're not at fault, but apologize anyway because she's a female, right? Is anybody seeing that there?
no, I'm not.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I'm calling
do you
it own it. Own it. You
But-
made a
but
bad
it's saying-
choice, bad judgment. Own it.
I've got the bad judgment and own it, but it says, even if you don't think you did anything wrong,
No, it doesn't. It doesn't say that.
Yep, it
whether or
does.
not you truly believe yourself to be the bad guy is irrelevant.
Yeah, that's what it says.
That
Whether or
doesn't
not
say
you-
you didn't do anything wrong. It says you think you didn't do anything wrong.
No,
That's
even
right.
if
you think you didn't do anything wrong.
that's not what it
I
says.
know.
It says even if actually, like for instance, your phone actually did run out of battery on that bachelor party last night, tough. Apologize. So
Yeah.
even if
Sorry,
something,
I didn't charge my phone.
yeah,
I mean, I
But-
don't mind apologizing, but okay, let's move on and see if it gets more. Okay.
I'm gonna argue with you guys.
well,
Silence.
no, I mean you got to read what it says because it's
I'm
seriously,
reading what it says.
if something,
Silence in the library. In a library slowly filling with bad books, you must be quiet. Don't say a word. Let her vent her displeasure in your direction and then give her space. Take a walk, visit her friends, pop to the pub. The destination doesn't matter. You must simply give her time to process your fight. If she is overreacting, she will likely come to this realization herself. If she hasn't, she'll want you to come back and fight it out. If she's over, I don't know. This seems to me like they're saying,
This goes in therapy land. If someone is upset and emotional, that is not the time to have a discussion.
Sure.
So you just say, I hear what you're saying. And yes, let her vent and calm down. Give her space. Take a walk. Then come back to talk about it. Don't talk about it when people are upset because you're going to say stupid things.
that's right. I totally agree with that. But the whole thing, if she's overreacting, she'll realize it. But yeah, I don't know. That just,
They do. They realize it. And then, especially if you give them space, then they're like, I look like a fool right now.
Okay, that's true. Be an open book. Upon returning, be an open book. Begin by apologizing with sincerity. I get that. And proceed to talk things through with her. Don't let your conversation get heated. Don't work yourself up. The best move would be to straighten up, admit how wrong you were, and then stress how sorry you are. So I'm okay with that.
so far we've got say you're sorry, leave her alone, come back, say you're sorry again, and then talk a little bit, and then say you're sorry again. Got
And
it.
say you're sorry.
Okay.
That
All right.
sounds
Good.
like a good
And
plan.
then be quiet.
This is pretty
Now,
smart.
here we go. Check her out. The next step is too subtle and steadily flattering and steadily flatter her until she realizes just how much you care about her.
Are this
But
really
look
has
at
to be
paragraph
written out?
Look at paragraph 2. This may be a step to avoid.
I
don't know if that's always working.
If she's standing tousle-haired with a face streaked with mascara, clutching a pair of scissors in one hand and the remains of your favorite jacket in the other, it's probably not the time to tell her how cute she is. But that was
got
my
it.
problem with this one too, is like, no matter what she looks like or is doing, you placate her, and that's,
No,
that
you
was-
just like say, I love you. You're wonderful. I'm sorry.
That's
Let's start over. Let's.
Okay.
You look thin in those pants,
Yeah, that's all. That's good.
That's right. Use every trick in the book. You've done
remember, yes, tricks. That's what you want to do. Tricker next. Okay, got
so
it.
now it's time to build yourself back up. This is a time for sweeping romantic gestures from a bunch of flowers and a bundle of jewelry. See, I'm not sure jewelry's and I don't know. That seems insincere.
Notice. Oh, I thought it said this is the time for sweeping, literal sweeping.
Yes, that would be a
Clean the
better
house.
thing. Yeah,
That
clean
would
the
work
house.
really well.
Yeah, try. Felver, did she love your cooking? Well, you should be cooking anyway. Get your apron, and that's fine. I like that. The flowers and jewelry is always so
Yeah, it's a little trite. Yeah,
Not gonna do it. That's not
always
gonna
so tone deaf to me. And then, luckily, that was short. So okay.
Yeah, well, it's pretty easy. It's if you did something bad, whether you really did or not, you should say I'm sorry. You should leave for a minute. You should come back. You should say I'm sorry. You should tell her you love her, and you should buy her stuff or do stuff for her.
There you go. That
Wow.
would work every time. Do not defend yourself. Don't give 20 excuses why.
No,
yeah, just take it.
Just say, oh, sorry.
Yeah. And then the next time she'll start making things up as long as you keep going ahead and do it. Yeah.
This is what I say to people. Let me tell you, whether you accidentally step on someone's toe or you step on their toe, it hurts.
That's a good one,
Wait a
Donna.
minute.
Say sorry.
I would like to add one caveat to all of this. If you don't step on their toe at all,
and they still are pissed at you,
you've stepped on their toes a million times, you're with a crazy person.
That's
and
right.
You need to get the hell out of there, because that's my whole thing here is when you're with someone nuts and you're always apologizing and always and you haven't really actually done anything. They're just off the handle.
You need to go. You need to go to another branch of that library. You know what I'm saying?
You need to find a younger woman.
Yes. Let's bring it full. Yeah, all the way around. All the way around. Perfect.
You can ask for BJ's.
Love it. What you need to do what you need to do is you need to find a younger woman, ask her for BJ's. When she gets mad, apologize, leave, come back, say you love her, and buy her stuff. And then maybe you'll get a BJ, maybe with a younger woman.
Okay. So
this is easy show.
We have to here's a good one. Try to learn to dance. I think
I love that one. That could be the answer to everything.
Not learn to dance. Try to learn the dance.
Yes. That's more ethereal.
Actually, I don't think that's what she meant, but to dance is good too.
I think the dance is how that played out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. None of this is as important as what I'm about to talk about next.
Oh my gosh.
Starting June 14th, I will be at the Brighton Fringe Fest, which will be also streamed online. You will get tickets. Watch this.
Ooh, Igor, this is not my match. The Vampire's Ball is a swanky affair.
Master, I brought these shovels.
Good, Igor, good. And did you bring my latte?
Yes, Master. Skim milk, true splendor.
Good, Igor, good. Let's get started. Oh, yes, Igor, yes. Raise the platform. It's time.
Well,
hiding from ghosts. We're hiding from ghosts. Oh man, I think we're toast. We're hiding from ghosts.
Come inside.
Oh.
2 weeks of there's a
hey, wow, we got good to see you.
Legs. What the hell is going on?
That is a handsome look back there.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
He's in his underwear.
I was afraid to stand up because I was afraid to stand up because I wasn't wearing pants, but that's perfectly acceptable.
I wish that video would have lasted another 30 seconds. That could have been that. And that's part of the scary stuff you won't see at the Brighton Fringe Fest, where Steve Goody and I will do Vampire's Ball. We'll do all 9 songs. It's a 45-minute show live. Go get tickets. UltimateHalloweenParty.com. Do I have that in the banner?
Bring the kids.
Bring the kids. Definitely bring the kids.
For the kids.
it's for kids, but also for anybody. And tickets are literally £5. And you can come any day. It is the greatest show in the world and is what we love to do. Okay. Anything else? Oh, by the way, so since I didn't do the last question, we're going to start next week with one that's, by the way, no show next week.
No show.
Okay.
My wife, congratulations. My wife won the university award for advising for the entire university. And we will be going to an outdoor kind of banquety kind of thing that during the show. So, all right, to get the award. I wish you got money. So next 2 weeks from now, what do you do if your kid, despite your best efforts, which is my favorite part of that, turns out to be a little you know what? So despite your best efforts, your kid is a nightmare. And I have so much to say about that and what kind of parenting happened when that happened. So, okay. So anything you guys want to say before we go?
No.
All right. Thank you, Joe Marlotti. Thank you, Donna. Sorry for all the sound at the beginning. In 2 weeks, I'll make sure my actual mic is working.
Good.
And then more underwear shots from the Donna household.
Yep.
See you later, everybody.
Bye-bye.